Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. In this video, we will try to see how to validate the input in the reactive forms. In a reactive form, the source of the truth is the component class. This is the component class and everything comes under this component class only. Whatever the logic, we will write it in the reactive form, we will write it in the component class only. Instead of adding validators through the attributes in the template, so you can add the validator functions directly to the form control model in the component class. So Angular then calls these functions whenever the value of the control changes. So this is how we will be doing it in the reactive forms. Normally validator functions can either be synchronous or the asynchronous. So what is this synchronous? Synchronous functions can take the control instance and immediately return either a set of validation error or the null. So pass this as the second argument whenever you instantiate the form control. Asynchronous validators functions that take the control instance and return a promise or an observable that later emits a set of validation errors or null. Pass this as the third argument when you instantiate the form control. So for performance reasons, Angular only runs sync validators if all sync validators pass. Each must complete before errors are set. Then only the asynchronous validator will be executed. So fine. So now we'll try to implement the what I want to say is in the reactive forms. The validations thing. So we'll have this actor form component also, and in this one we'll try to include the reactive form synchronous thing. So now first of all we have defined it's a standalone component, and we need to define the reactive form, and also we need to use the validators. So let's try to implement this one. So here for this one, what I would try to do it is, so here I will try to create an actor form. Okay, let's try to take it. Actor form is equal to new form control of, and here we will be writing, so we will be having two things, that is nothing but name, and this one is a new form control, this one is a form group, so we will be writing under the form group, and here you will be getting the form control. So here you need to understand, so first one is the default value and the second one is the area of the validators you will be writing. So first one is validators, so here this one is the validators dot required. So here you will be writing, and another one is validators dot minimum length. So we will be implementing the minimum length. So that's it. So these two commands only I will try to use it, and minimum length which should be having 4. So now the same thing I will be trying to implement this one in the actor form. So this is the form group and I will be having the form control. We can also have the role and skill also. If you want, I will try to implement it. So let's try to implement that role also. Role new form control of empty. So for this one I don't want to add anything, and I will try to add skill, and this one is also new form control of empty, and here I will write validators dot required. Okay, so fine, that's it. So now what I want to do it is, so here validators dot required means, so ensures that the field is not empty. Validators dot minimum length of 4 means it requires at least 4 characters. And the role control is optional, so no validators are applied, and the skill control requires to be validator is required. So we can also add the custom validators and all those things. In the next video we will try to discuss how we can write the custom validators in the reactive forms. So let's go into the step 2. So for this one what we need to do, so here this is our form, and here I will be having the form, and the form is nothing but form group. So I can have a form group, and this represents the actor form, and this is our form. And in this form what I will try to do it is, so just I will try to copy it. So one form group I will copy it, or otherwise I will try to show one form group. So that is nothing but div. So we already have if you understand carefully, we already have this bootstrap, so I will be using the bootstrap classes form group, and here I can have one label for is equal to name, and and I can simply the name. So here why this error is coming is because we need to implement the reactive forms module, not the forms module, reactive forms module. So that's fine. So now you can remove this forbidden name directive. We will try to implement it afterwards. So now you will be able to see that form name, and if you want you can also wrap it in a container so that you can able to get it clearly. So with gap it will get it. So here I can add a container. So fine, I will be having the input, this is our input, and here I can add the id is equal to name, and the class is id is equal to name, and also the class is equal to form control. I can use the form control, that's it, right? So form control, and here we need to mention the form control name is equal to name. That's it. And if you want, you can also use the HTML attributes required. Okay, so fine, finished. And now the another one is the same form group. You will try to add it and you will mention it here up to here. Yeah, I can copy this one and I can paste it at the bottom. So fine. So here this form group is nothing but role. So let's try to have the role, and here also I can have the role, and here this is the role. I can have this as role. And another one is which I will be trying to take it as a skill. So the same thing I will try to copy it, div class is equal to form group, and at the bottom I will try to place it with a skill. And here also I will try to add it as a skill, and here also I will add it as a skill. Okay, and this one is id is equal to skill, and here at the top also this one is not, this one is role. That's it, finished. So we have added the role, id, and also the skill. So let's try to have a button. So now let's have this button. So now here I can have the button and submit. So you can have the submit, and here you can add a disable. So disable also you can use it. So that is nothing but when the actor form is invalid, then if it is invalid means then it should be disabled. So right now it is disabled. Why? Because it is an invalid form. So fine. So now we have implemented this one. So now we need to show the errors, right? So whenever I am trying to write it here, so the form is enabled here. Fine. So now if I try to remove this one, automatically it is disabled. So for example, here if I write something like this, so here I need to show this show some errors. So how can I show some errors is, so here for the first one we can show the errors in such a way that, so now here you need to show the errors. So div, okay, so these are all errors, and here I can add, you can use the custom value also. If, so we need to take this name. Okay, normally if you want to take it something like actor form dot controls dot name, like that, instead of getting, so we can have the getter function something like get name, and here this one will return the this dot actor form dot controls dot name. Okay, so you can use it like this, or otherwise you can use the get off name or something like that also, you can use it. And another one is get skill. So I will try to use the skill also, and here it will return the this dot actor form dot controls, or otherwise you can also use another one, something like get off skill. So like this also you can use. So in both the ways you can use it. And now let's go into this one. So here if you have if, so we need to check some conditions. Why? Because when we need to show when the name is invalid, okay, when the name dot invalid, okay, when the name is invalid, and also we need to check in such a way that name should be dirty or name is touched, then only we need to show these type of errors. So here, so these all errors comes under this one, and we can add a class to this one. Div class is equal to alert hyphen danger. So now we need to show some message. What is the type of message we want to show? First of all, if name dot has error of required. First one is required, right? So required means then you can show the message that div name is required. Okay, and if, or otherwise you can also use the else if, or otherwise you can use if name dot has error of required. If it is required means then you can, not required, min length means, so if you are having min length means you can use something like this. Min length means then you can show div name must be at least 4 characters long. Okay, 4 characters long. That's it. So now these are the types. So now if you want to show the skill also, the same thing. So you can have this all skill. So here I can take this entire thing. I will try to copy it instead of writing. So here if, so here you can write skill is invalid, and also if it is invalid means why it is invalid, if it is dirty or touched. Okay, so now I want to check at the rate if skill is invalid. So you can have it something like this, and also you can have it something like this, and also you can have it optional thing. So now I can have at the rate if skill dot has error of required. So then you can show the message div. You can write something like skill is required. Okay, and in this one you can write the code div class is equal to alert hyphen danger. That's it, and you need to close this div in between this one. That's it. So this is the thing. Now if you try to write it and if you come down, so name is required, and if I write a name at least like this, so now gone. And here also if you come outside, so nothing is there, so fine. And if you come down, skill is required, and if you try to, so no. So this is how we can show the built-in validators. So this is how we will be implementing the built-in validators. So now these are all sync validators applied directly to the control in the form group. They run immediately and can return an error or null. Now error messages means displayed conditionally using the ng for if condition based on the specific validation errors detected by the has error. So with this setup, so we can see the validation errors dynamically as the user interacts with the form fields. So hope you understood about these built-in validators, how we will be implementing in the reactive forms. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.